Hey, welcome. In a world that is just constantly buzzing and pulling us in a million directions, finding a little bit of calm can feel like an actual superpower. Well, today we're going to unlock that power. We're taking a really practical look at how to find and master our own inner peace and go from feeling totally overwhelmed to feeling centered and, in control. So let's dive in.
Have you ever been there? I mean, we all have, right? Somebody makes a sudden comment, or you're in a stressful meeting, and just, boom, you're reacting before you even have a second to think. It literally feels like your emotions have grabbed the controls and hijacked the cockpit. This whole explainer is about figuring out that feeling and learning how to take the controls back.
So, where do these super intense reactions even come from? Our first step is to really look under the hood, to find those unseen triggers that are secretly setting off all our internal alarm bells. The person behind this whole guide, they had this big aha moment when they noticed a very specific physical reaction. Every time someone got aggressive or came toward them in a certain way, they'd feel this jolt of anxiety. And it wasn't just some random feeling. No, it was a clue, a really important one, pointing to something buried way deeper in their past. And this is what leads to such a critical insight. The trigger itself, the comment, the situation, that's not the real problem. The issue is the pre-programmed reaction. It's this automatic response that's been burned into our body's memory from something that happened a long time ago. Think of it like old, outdated emotional software that just runs on its own, whether we like it or not.
Okay, so if the problem is this automatic, pre-programmed reaction, how in the world do you fix it? Let's get to the real turning point in this journey, which is all about getting to one single, powerful moment of pure clarity.
The whole mindset shift comes down to this. You go from feeling totally powerless, like you're just being tossed around in a storm of other people's drama, to this profound realization that, wait a minute, I am in control of my own state of mind. For the author, this breakthrough came through their meditation practice. But the truth here is universal. It's the difference between being a passenger getting knocked around by turbulence and being the pilot of your own emotional state.
Now, that realization is awesome, in theory. But how do you actually use it when your heart is pounding and you're in a super stressful moment? This next part is our practical in-the-moment toolkit for managing that anxiety as it's actually happening. The toolkit is this simple 3-step sequence, and it's designed to interrupt our emotional autopilot. First, you just pause and you breathe. That right there creates a crucial little buffer. Then you identify and label the feeling, which helps you get some perspective. And finally, you practice mindfulness to ground yourself right here in the present. This sequence doesn't stop the storm, but man, it gives you an anchor right in the middle of it.
Let's zoom in on step 2 for a second, because honestly, this is a total game changer. When you feel that wave of anxiety or anger wash over you, you consciously say to yourself, okay, I am feeling fear right now. Just that simple act of naming it creates distance. The emotion is no longer you, it's just something you are observing. And that tiny little gap, that's everything. It's the space your rational mind needs to step back in and take over.
Okay, so those in-the-moment tools are like your emotional first aid kit. But for long-term health, we have to build our resilience proactively, right? This part is all about shifting from just reacting to stuff to building daily habits that create a really strong foundation of inner peace over time.
So here are 4 simple but really powerful daily habits. A little morning meditation to set a calm baseline for your day. Gratitude journaling, which actually helps rewire your brain to notice the good stuff. Visualization, where you can mentally rehearse staying calm under pressure. And physical grounding, something as simple as feeling your feet on the floor to instantly pull you back to the here and now when your mind starts to spin out. So all of these practices, the awareness, the tools, the daily habits, they all bring us to the ultimate conclusion of this journey. They all point to one incredibly powerful idea about our own personal choice. This right here is the core truth we've been building towards. I cannot control other people's actions, but I can always control my response. Life is always going to be unpredictable. People will be people, but the one thing that is always, always in your power is your inner state. Peace isn't something the world just hands you. It's something you choose to cultivate for yourself every single day. So, I'll leave you with this last thought.
Inner peace isn't some giant, far-off destination you have to struggle to reach. Nope, it's built on small, daily victories. Maybe for you today, it's just pausing to take one deep breath before you reply to that frustrating email. Or maybe it's just noticing a single, quiet moment and appreciating it. So the question is, what small victory for your own inner peace are you going to claim today?